ETA 5 minutes. Action signal now.
Let's review the mission details. As you know, a terrorist group called Red Falcon has been carrying out limited strikes around the globe. We've confirmed reports they've set up shop on the main island of Galgua, following the meteor event earlier this year. The Federation immediately dispatched the GX Army, as they were in the vicinity for military exercises. They seemed to be making headway until 3 days ago, when we lost contact.
You're kidding. Gen 10 is the strongest unit in the Federation Army. No way some fringe upstarts took them out.
While it's still unconfirmed, we should assume the worst. Apparently, the Red Falcon are more powerful than we realized. Speaking of which, our science division has some troubling intel of their own. Dr. Drake.
The Federation's interstellar satellite network detected a gravity anomaly. Something on Earth emitting gravity waves strong enough to circle the planet. Their source coordinates align squarely on the Galgua archipelago.
This gives us reason to suspect the Red Falcon are developing gravity weapons.
Gravity weapons? The Federation banned them decades ago.
That's right, Lance. We can't risk destructive power of that magnitude falling into the wrong hands. My weapons division at Henriksen Industries confirms those readings are consistent with the components of a gravity bomb. Even just storing that thing improperly could cause tectonic shifts, climate disturbances, or worst case, a potential black hole.
Bill, Lance, given the situation, I think it's clear why the Federation enlisted our EMC Contra unit. Your primary objective is to engage Red Falcon ground forces, confirm the source of those gravity waves, and disarm it. If at all possible, locate the GX Army and report back with their current status. There's a Red Falcon stronghold not far from your drop. Infiltrate the base and apprehend their lieutenant.
A remote hideout, missing super soldiers, and a doomsday weapon.
Hell of a Friday.
Time to introduce ourselves.
Hell yeah, brother.
Chopper's taken enemy fire. It's going down!
That's strike one.
It's all three by my count.
Not bad, eh? Easy money.
I should have known Contra had arrived when the entire jungle caught fire. It's been a while, Lance. Enjoying the island so far?
Oh, well. If it's not the GX Army's mascot. Hey, Stan.
If the EMC was gonna stick its nose in this operation, they could have at least have sent a small army.
Your lucky day then. They sent two.
I suppose so. At any rate, stay alert. These guys aren't messing around.
You alone? Where are the special forces?
I lost contact while running advanced recon. Probably signal jammers or something. I'm not worried. Put that in your report. I'll keep in touch, just in case things get too hot for you Contra.
Reach the enemy base. Miss anything? Entry point, located. We clear to proceed, Commander?
Copy that. Falcon is obviously on alert, but we haven't seen anything unexpected.
Apologies, Commander. We should discuss the chopper attack.
Yeah, we should. How'd they get a missile past our sensors?
That's it exactly. It wasn't a missile.
What?
Whatever it was, our scans indicate organic matter.
Organic? What exactly does this mean, then?
It means we have a good opener when we find the guy in charge.
Resume the mission. Locate Red Falcon's lieutenant for questioning.
We'll update when we know more. Over and out.
I could search a lot faster on one of these hover bikes. They haven't decommissioned this model yet?
anymore.
Explain.
Name is Bradley. I'm just a merc, you know? Signed up for some easy money, but these guys are terrorists, man. The other guys were brainwashed or something. They're like freaking zombies.
But not you?
I guess I'm different. They locked me up for some weird experiments. That's why I'm getting out. Now! So how about it? Can you get me off this island? Please?
With your training, you might be able to help us.
No way! You don't understand. Someone let me out. They're trying to kill me! I gotta get out of here. Sniper? See? Thanks for the help, but I gotta get out of here.
Well, good luck, Bradley.
Here we go.
You won't get much information out of him now.
Here we go.
data center is just ahead. Guess the lieutenant was tougher than I thought.
Riser to HQ, do you copy? Little update. The lieutenant turned into some kind of monster.
We're here, Major. Sounds like Red Falcon is using biological weapons technology.
On the positive side, we located their data hub, and Lance is hacking it now.
That's generous phrasing. If anyone at HQ has suggestions, I'm not above asking for help.
Looks like you're in. We'll begin analyzing the data.
There's another facility north of your current location, just past a local village. This data suggests it's a laboratory. Our best shot at information regarding those gravity waves.
Village? Can't still be civilians there, right?
Officially, they evacuated after the meteor shower, but we already know that report is less than accurate.
Don't love the sound of this.
Heads up. I'm accessing security footage of an unknown operative. You boys aren't alone.
We'll be careful.
Regardless, we'll head for that village and let you know if we find anything out of the ordinary.
Bad time again. Here we go. Are you alone?
You shouldn't be here. You're not what you think.
She must be from this village. Line him up. A bit cute for a war machine.
We meet at last. You're the two warriors who've been tearing through my men.
You the guy in charge of Red Falcon?
I am Varonis, the Vanguard bringing order and justice to this planet.
Just had to post about this island vacation first, huh?
And who are you? Two soldiers? To stand against my unstoppable forces?
We're Contra, the Earth Marine Corps' finest.
Contra? Is that so?
Leave this island!
Well then, Contra. I will look forward to our next meeting.
She shouldn't face him alone.
I mean, we were headed that way off.
that?
A creature from beyond the stars. I tried to warn you.
Hey, you're the kid from before. What are you doing here all alone?
I am Ariana. My people protected this island for thousands of years. After the meteors fell, the village was attacked. I've assumed my tribe's sacred mission.
Then that man, Varonis.
Not a man, but yes. He is a being from another world who arrived that night. He controls the Red Falcon soldiers, as if they'd lost wills of their own.
You catching all this, Doyle?
I am indeed.
Commander, this is the situation we were afraid of. I'll continue my investigation in the field.
Understood, Lucia. Try to link up with our Contras once you arrive.
Where's Varonis now?
He was too fast. I lost him in the climb.
That big ugly monster came out of there. No telling what else is going on.
Reiser's correct. For the time being, your mission is unchanged. See if there's any leads on gravity weapons in the lab.
I'm coming with you.
You sure, kid? It's gonna get gnarly in there.
It's not any safer out here. I don't think we have a choice. But don't let her out of your sight.
Sheesh. Ray graduates Academy and you're already adopting another one, huh? Relax, Pops. This isn't Uncle Bill's first rodeo.
There's no time to waste.
You heard the kid.
Let's attack aggressively. Trying something.
Just found an entrance. What's the situation?
Already? Didn't know the EMC had high-speed transport that can slip Red Falcon's defenses. Doyle's holding out on it.
The EMC doesn't. X-Flow, on the other hand.
X-Flow? Then you're a secret agent. So what? We're just your side hustle?
Actually, you can thank an X-Flow initiative for your Contra unit. We named it and everything.
Yeah? Then maybe you can tell us why that Varanus creep had heard it before.
Afraid I can't really say. But Varanus poses an interstellar threat to our planet. So X-Flow is very interested. Evaluating that threat is why we're all here, remember? Time to get back to the mission.
Yeah, we kinda have our hands full here, too.
I suspect gravity weapons are only the beginning. If you find any information, radio in.
You bet. Growing giant aliens in here?
Sorry if I'm late. Impressive work, though. Commander Doyle, I've accessed the Red Falcon system. You ready, Daniel? Opening a transfer into the Federation's network...
I hear you. Running analysis. This seems promising. Data regarding an object with massive energy readings.
This could be the X-type artifact. I hypothesized it could be somewhere on the island. Meaning, the gravity anomaly was no weapon at all. Lucia, you must locate the X-type artifact.
I'm well aware of the implications.
Hey, X-Flow. Care to share with the rest of the class? What's an X-type artifact?
Our data indicates it's an extraterrestrial object brought to Earth thousands of years ago. There's a lot we don't know, but it definitely houses an incredible amount of energy. Enough to cause those readings. If it's on Galgua, it's likely what Varanus is after. Ariana, does this look familiar to you?
That is the Lemris. What my people call the seed of the gods. It's why we must defend the island. It's sealed in a sacred temple deep in the mountains. Only a few of my tribe are able to open the gate. But after my village was attacked, they're gone. The Lemris cannot be reached.
We need to at least try, before Varanus finds a way in.
Even with Ariana's help, crossing that mountain range, on foot, would take days.
Come in. Do you copy? Damn it, Raza, where are you?
We copy, Stanley, but we're a little busy at the moment.
I found the GX army. We've been fighting monsters. I could really use some extra firepower.
Monsters? Yeah, turns out Galgua has a real alien problem.
My men collapsed, like they've been shut off. Falcons loaded them onto a train and are transporting them into the mountains.
What the hell?
So, you guys up for a rescue mission?
Train, huh? Sounds like we found our ride.
Sending our coordinates.
You saw the readings, gentlemen. We now know without a doubt that we are under threat of an alien invasion. Does this warrant reopening the G Initiative?
This scenario is the reason the protocols exist.
I'm afraid the underlying technology still eludes us. In early trials, that is.
We'll need Henriksen's finest minds dedicated to the project.
Yes, of course.
Thanks for the ride.
I'm gonna see what I can manage further up. Let's meet in the middle. Good luck. Here we go. You zombie bastards are my men. GX army, no. Not good.
Miss anything?
It's time to detach the train cars. Need another hand?
Like hell are we piggybacking up and down this thing? You keep the skies safe. We'll go low.
Check.
Lock and load. Keep going! I'll catch up! So, you bastards like to fly, huh? Let's go!
guys! Oh, am I glad to see you guys!
Wasn't expecting to see you again.
Ugh, damn it!
Bradley?
I'm fine. I stopped to rest and they grabbed me and shoved me into this train. It's real bad, man. Train is packed with soldiers. Standing room only. I'm a sitting duck here.
Oh, you mean the sniper?
I'm telling you. Ah!
Brad! Damn sniper.
Nice of you to join us.
I'm not gonna get taken out by some stupid insects.
This is the temple your tribe was protecting?
For thousands of years, only chosen warriors from our tribe were able to pass through this gate.
It's still closed. That means we got here before Varanus.
We should get inside then.
Wait! True warriors who would stand against great darkness. Anyone else dies.
That was close.
If this Lemris artifact really is inside, we need to secure it.
True warriors chosen by Lemris. All right, Contras, care to test a theory?
This is our cue, huh? Hey, Lemris! Open up!
That actually worked?
Theory my ass. How much does X-Flow actually know?
Afraid that's top secret. For now, Varanus cannot reach the Lemris.
Incredible.
Let's get to work.
Surprise.
You'll regret that. Must be something real special down here if they went to all this trouble. It'll do.
Here we go.
Time for revenge.
surprise. Here we go.
You've done well to come this far.
What's happening now?
We've met once before, at Valverde.
That's not possible.
First, prove you are worthy to enter these sacred halls.
To my rage!
You've done well to come this far.
What's happening now?
We've met once before, at Valverde.
That's not possible.
First, prove you are worthy to enter these sacred halls.
Miss anything?
Ariana, you have awakened as a Contra.
You know my name?
Of course. I am Beowulf, the first human Contra, and guardian of the Lemris. My spirit resides within the Lemris, waiting to guide those who have awakened.
The first human Contra. Then you're the progenitor of the Contra gene.
Contra gene? This guy was a statue 5 minutes ago.
This is the focus of my research at Exflow. It's a genetic sequence found in warriors with preternatural abilities, like you and Lance. We realized that something, an X-type artifact, was influencing human evolution, altering our genome in this specific way. Based on ancient writings across several cultures, these unique warriors seem to be called Contra, and were referenced alongside an alien civilization. I theorize that this civilization must have sent the artifact, which we now know was Lemris, for the purpose of creating Contra. To continue our research, Exflow formed a special unit in the EMC for soldiers found to have the Contra gene.
Makes us sound like a cosmic experiment.
As you said, Lemris has been influencing the souls of humanity since ancient times. I've watched over Earth since the dawn of civilization, waiting for warriors who could be deemed Contra. Contra is a quality bestowed by the Lemris on behalf of the soul. To be chosen is to become a guardian, a protector.
The soul? Are they the beings who created the Lemris? This is the missing piece of the puzzle.
Eons ago, across the cosmos, two races waged a terrible war. On one side, the Zygarde, a cruel empire seeking to assimilate all sentient life into their hive mind. Opposing them stood Sol, a civilization who considered free will to be sacred. However, the Zygarde's cunning threatened to overcome the Soul, so they placed their legacy inside the Lemris and concealed it on Earth.
My people died protecting Lemris. Why is Varanus after it?
The Lemris contains the totality of Soul's knowledge and history. If it is destroyed, they will be wiped from existence. Lemris can also manipulate gravity. Zygarde's primary means of intergalactic travel is to open wormholes and use folding space to instantly cross great distances. However, Lemris creates a protective gravitational field around Earth, preventing wormholes from opening within it and making a full-scale Zygarde invasion impossible.
A force field around Earth. Lemris is definitely the cause of those gravity readings.
Varanus wants to steal power from Lemris by draining it of energy. Once the shield is gone, Zygarde forces can mount a full-scale invasion. If you cannot protect the Lemris, all is lost.
Beowulf, tell us, where is the Lemris?
Seek the altar.
Looks like someone forgot to shut the door behind him. What the hell?
No!
I shall thank you. Those wretched souls made it impossible for anyone to open this temple. Except for Contra, that is.
Varanus! Should have known that wasn't Stanley. He seemed almost likable.
I'm glad you were able to speak with Beowulf before I secured the Lemris, so you can comprehend the totality of your defeat.
No! You cannot!
Guess it's up to us. the robot.
Varanus disappeared with the Lemurs.
No way he's waiting around for us. He's taking that ball and going home.
Ariana, any idea where his base of operations is?
No.
Commander Doyle, do you copy? We could use satellite support.
We're too far underground.
Hang on. This giant space robot burrowed its way into the temple from somewhere.
We can follow the tunnel!
Bet it leads right to his doorstep. Worth a shot?
Looks like break time's over.
Explains where all those aliens came from.
Here we go. Oh, you won.
Baroness did a number on your reputation. Catch your breath and meet us up ahead when you can. It's about that time.
Time for revenge?
Careful, you sound like a Contra.
I'll see you topside.
wasn't gonna make it.
Wasn't expecting to run into you here.
Thanks, but...
Sure. These aliens are a lot more than you bargained for. Get as far away from here as you can.
Aliens?
Surprise. Okay. Miss anything?
Not sure if you can hear us, Command, but this is Reiser calling in. We've located Varanus and are about to enter his ship.
The Lemris is in his possession, and securing it is our primary objective.
If Varanus succeeds, nothing will stand between the Zygarde Empire and the destruction of Earth.
I will not let that happen.
You heard the lady. We're getting this handled. Talk soon. Over and out.
Here we go. Lock and load. Hardware upgrade. Surprise.
I had hoped to see you again. You've proven to be worthy adversaries indeed.
You plan on sticking around long enough to fight this time?
Yes, in fact. I will allow myself this indulgence to celebrate a victorious mission. As soon as the Lemris is drained of power, the full might of Zagard will descend upon this rock. Your leaders will fall, your women will mourn, your children will weep. Then, as the cleansing flames fade to embers, a shame you will fall here, never witnessing the glorious Zagard Empire!
I'm afraid you got a few details wrong.
Come, Contra! Let ours be the first battle of Zagard's triumph! Pathetic display. Well, for nothing. Here. Pathetic display. Had enough. Return. Well, for nothing. I'm ready. I thank you for indulging me one final, glorious battle. But I did not search the cosmos for millennia to fail my divine mission. Left unchecked, the glow of Lemris would evolve all of humanity into Contra. Your kind cannot be allowed to proliferate through the cosmos.
Die already.
You will follow me into the void, Contra.
He overloaded the system. Can we stabilize it?
If we can't, all the energy drained from Lemris will be released in a single blast, one strong enough to knock the Earth off its orbit.
I could shoot the core.
No!
Huh?
I have something that might divert...
What the hell is it now?
On the radar. Rising. You read us.
The Guardian left when they were growing in the lab. But without Varanus to control it!
Damn! That's the best one!
Let's try not to make it happen being inside giant space monsters.
Here we go.
Miss anything?
You're in charge of that. We'll keep the big guy occupied.
Be careful.
Come on, who are you talking to?
You'll regret it. Nice catch.
I knew you'd pull through. Climb inside. Let's get out of here.
Commencing return flight. Hold on. Lucia's still out there. Lucia, what's your status? Come in, damn it!
Bad news. Varanus' device is spiraling out of control. If things continue, all the energy drained from Lemris will be released.
God damn it!
This is the wormhole generator function. If I activate it...
Yes, Lucia. Enough energy remains in the Lemris to generate a portal to another world.
If I pull this off, I can redirect the dangerous energy into space.
You must already know this, but when the wormhole opens, you will also.
There's no other choice, Beowulf. This is the logical conclusion.
Wait, don't!
Well done, everyone. That is mission complete. You have successfully defeated the spearhead invasion forces of the Zagar Empire. Another global catastrophe has been avoided. Commander Ironside, we're grateful for your assistance. I'm told a new unit is being formed following the loss of the GX army. You've been called upon to lead it.
That is much appreciated, sir. I assure you the Force will surpass Contra before you know it.
Looking forward to it.
The Federation is also gathering a relief team. As soon as the area is safe, they'll begin reconstructing Galgua's ecosystems.
I will return as well. I must locate the Lemris and return it to the temple. My mission is not over. Perhaps I will find Lucia as well.
I'm sorry to say, her status remains unconfirmed.
Nothing conclusive from our satellites yet, but the wormhole left behind a lot of distortion.
Lucia's not dead.
No way.
Lucia's always got a backup plan. She'll find a way home.